Alright, let's dive in and get right to it. You wouldn't be here if a sun hadn't exploded and formed the atoms and elements that eventually travel to currently make up your body. None of us would be here without that. And let me suggest to you that this thought is the reason that no story has a concrete beginning, middle, and end. We just enjoy that simplicity. It's only because we know so much about how everything happened. Everything is interwoven, and the only reason you are where you are and have the reality and possibilities and opportunities in front of you is because something before you is caring or spontaneous enough to bring you to where you are right now so that you have been given the miracle of life. As well as leading oneself well, I think it's crucial to be an engaged and mindful follower of the reality before you, even though to some degree you will not like that reality. To engage is to listen generously, work hard, and want to cooperate and understand, like moving during a dance with a partner. It's a process. In this, we can learn how to be both a leader of change and healer for people with using the acceptance of our own humanity. You serve people as a leader and a follower in more ways than you realize. It's your narrative to create and how you decide how to respond. Every moment, your story, if you want it to be mostly yours. Owning your story, the one you are somewhat and not in control of at all, is difficult, and even more challenging than that is the tension of us all owning humanity's collaborative and collective story as a species inside the larger narrative we find ourselves in. All the stories add up. Our we story inside of this blip of existence we have been given. This is what I mean when your narrative, shaped by you but also by the world, cannot solely exist by your own choice. It is always in relationship to everything else. You can choose how to engage and swim and share and care for your response to it, and regardless, you are already completely and intimately wet and covered in the universe. You are wet with the narrative of the world's story, and your interconnectedness to it can never be severed. You are never a stranger to it. Belonging can only be forgotten. So what to do from here? I think we can make our work and play about loving the world, choosing to engage and take responsibility for what we've been given, instead of just getting by and falling into the rut of being miserable, not choosing and feeling we are alone, the center of the universe, and that everything is against our best interests. We ought to figure out how narrative and the story we tell ourselves about who we are plays a role in being both ourselves and part of something bigger than each of us. Because it's where those two narrative dynamics are dance partners that everyone can choose to continue to move forward together, in embracing common ground values and paths most important to us and in bettering ourselves and each other. That possible debt imposter syndrome we feel for being given this grand opportunity to work and play and see and create meaning individually and together, we don't have to choose to see it as a debt at all. I think of it better as an infinite game of contribution for you and everyone around you that doesn't end. You don't change the world all at once. It's done drip by drip. And in doing so, your story is woven into the lives of others, as people in the universe did before you. The universe is the torchbearer for your current existence. It's established that you're already interconnected to everything and that you make a difference because of that interconnectedness. How will you continue to do so for people in the world? What doors are you going to open? What things will you be a torchbearer for? Go create some stories. For even if people forget you and your stories, which a handful probably will not, your contribution is inevitably sewn into everything around you.